Hi guys, it's me Lunar, welcome back to another Modern Warfare Warzone video. In this one, we're going to make a quick settings guide to help you get the most out of Modern Warfare Warzone if you haven't played the game before. Many of the settings are subjective and based on personal choice and experience, but some settings are universal, and just making slight adjustments can be the difference between dying and getting kills. So we're going to play around with both. Jump into the game and head over to settings and we'll go through all of them. At the top, I have my button layout preference set to tactical. This simply switches crouch and the melee buttons around to something I find a little easier to use. It means also that sprint and crouch and slide are all controlled by the left and right sticks, which just makes things a bit easier. Stick layout left at default along with inverted vertical look. The horizontal and vertical settings are the main settings that are going to be subjective for every player. Some have crazy high settings and some have very slow and low settings. But before you decide on sensitivity settings, make sure to set your preferred aim response curve. This is the aim acceleration for the game and there are 3 options to choose from here. I could make an entire video on just this, but I'm going to put it in very simple terms for you guys. Standard, this acceleration mode ramps your aim slower to start with and then grows exponentially faster the more you push your analog sticks in. It allows you to make small adjustments, but also will respond faster when you're doing bigger movements. Dynamic, this acceleration model is very responsive and designed for high sensitivity players that want to make quick camera movements. It's basically the same as the standard one, but once you push the sticks past around 50%, its speeds will ramp up massively, allowing you to make very quick turns, but still allows you to make those smaller adjustments at lower speeds. Linear, this is the best acceleration model. It linearly ramps your aim based on how far you push the right analog stick in. So this gives you complete control over what you're doing, but does require more of a conscious effort in your aim. Basically, the movement will match exactly your raw input. But the choice is yours. Ultimately though, the linear response curve is what you should be aiming for, as it's the one that will allow you to reach the highest skill level, and so this is a setting that you should use not only for this game, but most shooter games. However, like I said, it does require a bit of a practice to make sure that you're using it correctly. So now that's set, we could go back to sensitivity settings and change these to what you want. I have mine set to 6 and 5, your one will probably differ, but choosing the right sensitivity is very simple. Record clips of yourself shooting at enemy players and look to see where your crosshair is when you pull the trigger, and this will tell you one of 2 things. Are you under aiming or are you over aiming? First, adjust your horizontal and vertical sensitivity settings so that whenever you aim at a target, your crosshair is always pretty close to them. If you find you're way off, then your sensitivity is probably way too high or way too low. Once that's done, you can fine adjust with your ADS sensitivity settings. Same again, find out if you're under aiming or if you're over aiming. I was under aiming ever so slightly, so I increased my ads sensitivity, and now I find I'm very accurate with now that I have my controls set up properly. So guys, those are my settings for sensitivity. Yours might be very different, but you should know exactly how to find your own one now using this method. Let's move on. For weapons, you can leave all of these set to default. For movement, I have my auto sprint set to off. In multiplayer, I would have this on, but I don't find it very useful in a battle royale game. You don't want to be rushing around so much. And also when you try to do things like loot chests and stuff, it can be a little annoying when you constantly run. I also have slide behavior set to tap and auto move forward set to on. In general settings, there are 2 things which we will change here, film grain and motion blur. Both are used primarily to make cinematics look good, and there is no use in having a less clear picture when playing competitively. Set both motion blur and film grain to disabled or at 0. For brightness, I have mine slightly increased to 55, but it's going to just depend on what your monitor is like if you need to adjust this setting. Lastly, we're going to reduce the volume of music and voice. This makes the most important sound effects more audible, like footsteps, and is particularly useful in battle royales as you want to hear what's going on around you without any distractions. So there we have it guys, the best settings for beginners in Modern Warfare Warzone and how to set up your aim as well. The only settings from now on you need to tweak is sensitivity and ADS so you improve your aim, because as you improve your aim will most likely change over time. Like and subscribe for more straight to the point Warzone videos and updates, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.